Hello everyone. So I wanted to share with you this presentation which was recorded last week during the mid-year review event which was organized by CBRE Cambodia. CBRE Cambodia actually operates a quite insightful research center here in Phnom Penh. So they provide lots of insightful information and hard figures on the market. So in this video we're gonna show you the latest trends and development and the prospects for the residential market here in mainland Phnom Penh. And we'll be covering only condominiums and landed property because this is the main focus of our activity. So please enjoy.
And once again, good morning everyone. Thank you for joining our video review event for this year. I am Chandarana, the Manager of Research and Consulting at CBRE Cambodia, and hope you had a good morning coffee or tea with us. I'm going to start with the covering on the key trends in the condominium sector, specifically focusing on green markets. So it's quite obvious here that the markets of condominium was picked up in the high time between 2014 until the post-COVID or during COVID in 2020, which we saw the number of new launch from high-end, mid-range, and affordable were above 15 projects or even above 20 or even above 30 projects per year back in 2015. But the market has witnessed a slowdown in new launches in 2021, which we can see for the last 3.5 years, the number of new launch projects is actually less than 10 projects per year. And for the first half of this year alone, we witnessed 3 new launches. And all of those launches are not from the new developers, but instead from the established developers that like to keep present and adapt to the market, and which we noticed they lower the market positioning as well. And from those 3 projects, we saw 2,200 units of the launch. And the list is there because on these 3 projects we have a time square selling to go a bit lower positioning from the previous projects. Capital Center City by Morgan, who used to develop mid-range and high, but now interested to jump into affordable housing with affordable condo, which is in the Zega, and as well as the Tower, also another established local developer in the affordable condo. Well, despite the slowing launch, the completion, the supply, still coming up to the stock in Phnom Penh due to the completion. As we can see here, the numbers of completion by the end of the year, we can expect to reach about 70 units across all grade in Phnom Penh. That increased from about 56,000 units back in last year. And today, we witnessed about 80% of those expected completed within the first half of the year. That means there are another 82% remain to complete. So the expected supply for above 70K at the end of the year still be the question mark because there's a lot of remains in the pipeline that's yet to complete. So I would say that we might expect some delays among the projected completion here. And here are some notable condominiums, some beautiful buildings that have recently completed and they are coming that we can see here, including Werja Ponizej just opened recently. TV Tower 1 in Resaigal by the Japanese developer also have opened in this quarter, as well as notable upcoming including City Views, which is near here, and the New York Slum hinterland along the river, together with others condos. With the push of the more supply, we see also that the price has been suppressed as well. So as we can see here, the price in the H1 of 2024 witnessing the decrease in the mid range. We saw it decrease about 6% half on half, or 3% year on year, and in the high end, it's increased about 10% or half over the half and year over the year. This is due to the new launches that mentioned earlier are shifting their focus to the more affordable, to the lower price positioning. And if we compare to the last 3 years, which is 2020, we noticed that the high end was average quoting price was above $3,000 per square meter, while this half is about 2,400 plus per square meter. And same as the mid range, the average price back in the last year was about 2,500 per square meter, while in the latest half is about slightly below 2,000. And there's a big drop in the affordable as well, from slightly above 1,500 in the last year to slightly below 1,300 in this half. So as the question here, is the price is going to be at the bottom of the market? So I think it's hard to answer the specific question, but for me, I would say that because before, during the high time, there's a lot of supply, and it's not balanced with the demand in the market. So I would say that this trend is a sign toward more of an auto correction in the market. Well, despite all the challenges, we let's not forget to look at the opportunity as well. So although we have some difficulties, but I would say that real estate is the long-term game, and it's the cycle. So although we are feel the pain at this moment, but if we look into the long-term future, let's say 10 years or 15 years, we see that the Cambodians still have big potential in terms of condominium market. As like we can see here, our price is still very competitive. We can have in the CBD or the core area at a price of 2,500 per square meter, while the other markets, in the more developed markets, those who are more likely, like our future market, already have the high price. And our rental yield right now is, our team have come up with 5.3% per year, which is also attractive compared to the other countries. And on top of that, we have potential of new comings of population. Our urbanization rate is remain low, which still have big room for growth. And as well as we are foreign ownership is available for the condominium. We have freehold ownership for the buyers and also tax funding. Well, this is some key trends in condominium. So we noticed that there's some more traction for the new product type, which is loft. So right now, besides studio, one bed or two bed, we see developers starting to introduce new type, the loft type, the duplex type into the product suite, especially the developers that are launching the project recently. And we're gonna see the branded operators expand in the market as well, by some of them collaborating with the existing condominium projects with some names such as Ascot, Citadel, Radisson, Wingham Hotel, and so on. And beyond that effort of bringing the branded operator, we also see more effort from the developer to expand to new market, new overseas markets, like some sales event marketing event in new market like Brazil, Arab, Indonesia, and so on. And some more creativities in terms of offering to the buyers, such as longer GR, which before we would see 3 or 5 or 6 years, but now we could see in the market that some developers could offer up to 10 years GR, 8 years GR, and there's a program to dispose the completed units, such as lease to own or the rent to own program for certain projects. And lastly, as mentioned earlier, the market is evolving, and to adapt to that, we saw the developer, especially the established developer, have lowered their market positioning to capture the demand and the movement of the market. The next session I'm going to cover the landed properties. The same trend as condominium. So there's slowdown in new launch. Although, as we can see here, the trend of the high is about 1 or 2 years after the condominium. Condo was high between 2014 to 2020, but the landed properties getting the high attraction from the developers to launch the new projects between 2017 to 2022. And this also gives a clue that COVID does not disrupt the launch of landed properties, which we see here is clearly that even after 2020 and 2021, as well as 2022, there's still a big number of new launch. But in last year and the first half of this year, we witnessed the lowest launch in the decade. This last year is the only time in 10 years that we saw less than 20 projects launched in a year. And while in this half, we only noticed 2 new launches from the established developer. And that 2 new launches is not purely new launch, but rather than the new phase or the extension of the project. And the supply, on the supply side, it's also similar trend to the condominium section. The completion is still coming from the existing projects that's in the pipeline. So as you can see here, the number of total units of landed properties gonna reach above 170,000 units by the end of the year. That means more than twice the supply of condominium improvement. And from our data, we would say that 29 projects have completed in the first half, which equivalent to 35% of all the completion that we're going to expect during the years. And in terms of the mix, we also spot some difference between a landed property and condo, where landed property is dominated by the affordable segment. Almost half of the pie are by the affordable, another 40+% in the mid-range, and only 7% is still in the high. And here's some notable recently completed where we have a pixel in the Chuan Mekong land, the project suite in Chojanwan, together with some upcoming projects, including Samrang Village Phase 1, that gonna push the supply of completion more within this year. When we look into price, before looking into price, we can elaborate more about where does the Phnom Penh is expanding. What is the reason of Phnom Penh have been expanding so far? I would say that Phnom Penh is expanding in all the directions. Basically, our city is emerging. Our city is changing fast. Every 6 months, we notice a lot of change. And if we look into different regions, we would say that in the West, we have percentage of gold and breakthrough is leading by the industrial activities, leading by the affordable landed house segment, while on the upper north, including Chojanwan, the cycles, and some, it's more driven by residential purpose. And in the south, including Werja and Long Town, it's comprising a wide range of project offering, including a high-end, mid-range, affordable within the span. And we also notice more and more infrastructures initiated by the government building toward connecting to the south. And Chubang, on to the east, also gain the benefit from new infrastructure. We noticed that in the last few years and in the upcoming years, there's many new bridges that are connecting Chubang to the city center. Our team have come up with some spottable trends, including reluctant in new launch. So it's quite obvious in the previous slide that we talked about the lowest number of launch. And here, it doesn't mean that developer doesn't have the land to launch the projects, but it's about intention toward the market. So we see more reluctant to start new projects. Even the projects that plan to start, it's more of a drawback, the attention, but rather than to wait and see the market first before starting to launch. And we see that in terms of price, the secondary market has more influence in correcting the price for the market as of now. Before, during the high time, the landed properties price in the landed property project was strongly influenced by the developer. We could see obviously that for some projects, the developer will put in their master plan early that within this day or the next month or the next 2 months, the price will increase by 500, 1,000 or 2,000 or 20,000 or 2,000 per unit. But to this day, that practice doesn't work anymore. And the developer is open for more negotiation with the buyers. And also the secondary market also play a crucial role to influence the house market price as well. And beyond that, we also notice notable increase in refinancing, apart from the rising NPL that Kesab presented earlier. We also notice a rising in refinancing, whether it is from the financing with the developer to the bank, from a bank to another for lower interest rate, or to extend, to renew the yield of the finance. That is represent what happens in the residential landed housing